This is 4335503. 38. Okay, what's going on?
This is a case study, a presentation and paper thing.
Mhm.
Um,
Maybe you wanna please. You can just walk with this.
it doesn't really have like the directions to the assignment, but this is like the scoring guide for the presentation.
Okay. So this is the rubric for the.
In some ways, yes. Like what I would really need to like work.
You have to create your own case study, right?
Find my own kid. I so-called take the consent form. I got it this past Monday.
Okay.
So I need to do the observation. And then from the observation, I'm either looking for any kind of those development stuff. I'm planning to do the language, and social emotion, maybe some behavior part during the observation. And then
Did you write those things down? Did you note those things that you want to observe from the kid?
that's what I have in mind.
Oh.
I haven't really observed the kid because I just got this past Monday.
Yeah.
So I plan to do it this week.
But this weekend, you mean?
This Friday.
This Friday.
But I'm not sure would that be enough for the presentation that be like next week. Because it was like very,
Okay.
I might need to do another observation kit to get.
Okay, so it says here, introduce the child, right? So you're gonna have to introduce the child in your presentation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. State the purpose of studying the child, and what do you want to find out about the child? That's what I'm saying. If you have this, maybe you should have like
For that part, I'm still kind of not really sure, even though I kind of know what I'm planning to observe from the kid.
the purpose.
That part is for
purpose of-
me. I'm kind of there, but not really there for mine.
Which part? Like the second part or the first part? Like the first part is just introduce the child's name, a pseudonym, which means a fake name. Yeah. And relevant background slash context. That makes sense. I do believe that it makes sense too,
Mhm.
right? Okay. State the purpose of studying the child. I think you just said what. Okay. If I ask you right now, why do you want to study this child? What would you tell me? Because it says here, what's the purpose and what did you want to find out about the child? Which is just an explanation.
Mhm.
And why?
Mhm.
Why would you want to investigate that child? I mean, the purpose of studying that child.
I have seen this kid before, but during a short period of time. But I haven't seen them since like last year, like the fallish to summertime. So I really haven't really seen this kid for a bit. But this because this kid was in the younger little preschool classroom, and then she moved up. So I think I chose her because she's I kind of know her already in some ways, but not fully. So I'm trying to get a little bit more background on her, kind of like that.
Okay.
That kind of idea.
Okay, I understand that you haven't seen the child, but What's the purpose? You have not answered the question.
I think
why do you want to study this child?
it would,
What do you want to find out?
uh,
Because studying it means you want to find out something
Yeah.
at the end. So what do you want to find out from this child? I
I
think you should have a pen and a notepad. What you think, if anything comes up, so that you can put it down.
because for this kid, I know before she drews a lot, so she have some kind of therapy for that before, and then she have stopped drooling because her therapist helping her. Um, I think her speech is okay, but I want to maybe see how's her speech now since like when she was in the toddler classroom when she was like a 2 year old ish to like now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe like see how her language growth is from like when she was in the younger classroom to now.
Okay, write that down right now. It's the way you said it.
Language.
Okay, language from where she was before to where she is right now. Did
Yeah.
you note that down?
Yeah.
You should highlight from where she was. Did you say a baby class? Was it?
She was like in the toddler one. That one's like 15 months to like 2 year old.
Yeah, maybe
So
put from. Yeah, you want to measure how her language development, right?
Yeah,
From toddler to where she is. Is it a she or he?
it's a girl
Okay, to where she is right now.
because now she's a preschooler.
Just have that in you.
Okay.
Okay, what would be something else that you want to study the child? Apart from the language part, what else do you want to learn? You want to find out? Because studying, you have to find out.
The language kind of idea from like her growing, and then maybe how she interact. Would that kind of be like the emotional and behaviors kind of idea, or is it cognitive?
We can check that on Google. Yeah, you just go ahead. Let's see.
Available by search.
Just search things. No, things that things that you. No, hold on. I'm trying to. What to look for when studying a child. Type that. What to look for while studying a child. When studying a child.
Because I have done a similar idea of this, but it was when they were reading. So that one was more kind of like a language, and then like
Okay, in the part of language, what do you want to observe? Is it the writing part or the speech part?
I think it's more of when they were younger, I don't think they really wrote their names.
Okay. So you mean speech, right?
Yeah, mainly the speech.
Maybe you should highlight that. Okay, scroll down. Let's see.
This is a education.
Okay. Oh, type what to look for. What to look for. Apart from speech, um, you said interaction, right?
Yeah, like maybe that will kind of be social, emotional, or something.
I think when you say interaction means even interacting with people.
Like yeah, her classmates, teachers.
Yeah, that I think interaction will be good because that's put interaction.
And here.
I mean on your paper, just highlight. When you say cognitive, what do you wanted to say about cognition?
I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. What's the other thing that you would like to, let's go back to the rubric because that's like our okay. The purpose of that, okay, you already said that. What do you want to find out? Okay, the language growth and the interaction part. We'll keep on adding there as we go. Describe the observation process and data collection instrument used. Be brief. What, why those instruments? Like, okay, describe observation process and the data collection. So why you're going out there to study the child, each and every process that you use, like even instruments that you're going to use to collect the data, make sure you have them. Just have maybe like a teeny tiny little notepad. Just walk with it. Like, what are the things that you were using when you were observing the child? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also not the instrument, but also the process. Like when you arrive at the area, you have to say like you you reach there and what you started what you started to do. Then afterwards, something you did this. Then afterwards, you did that. Show that process, that chain process that goes along as you study the child.
For that part?
Yeah, for that part, the third part. You have to show the process and the instrument. There are two different things. Instrument is something that you use to study the child, but the process you describe how the steps.
The process is a step.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe you should put that number. That would be number 3. Read in the two, highlight one because it says the purpose of the two. I mean two, because one and two is just the same thing. Because one, you're just going to introduce the child's name, a pseudonym. Okay. Okay. Your observation processes, how you observed. Okay, I think that one we're done. The steps how you're going to use to observe the child. Describe the data, organization, and analysis. How did you sort and put them together? Triangulate the data. Be brief. Okay. Data organization. You have to have an organization of your data. Like after describe the data organization. Okay.
So for
And
that's
analysis.
this whole going back to here.
It goes back there, but it's a very different thing, Mandy. It is more like after you have collected the data, you have to sort it and put it together. Does that make sense? After like you go, let's say you go somewhere, you collect something, then afterwards you sit down and start putting the pieces together. Does that make sense? Okay, so you have to organize your data and analysis means like you have to kind of like explain it a little bit. You don't just have to say, okay, I did this with the child. Here you will say the process, maybe the first step, the process, it was this and that, and this and that. But here you have to describe the data organization, how you organized your data. Does that make sense? You have a data, but you have to describe the organization of the data. Does that make sense? Yeah. The organization of the data, process, organization of the data, and the analysis. How did you sort and put together the data? Like, why did you take this? You put it here. You took this and put it here. How you sorted it, everything together. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. What did you? Do you want to put down number 4? Tell me what do you understand from number 4.
It's kind of like an explanation and putting everything together.
Put number 4 there. right there how I sorted the data together. It's here. This is the simple language because this is just something that is really hard. But she breaks it down for you, like how did you sort the data? How did you put a piece together? Okay. Number 5 says, what did you find out about the child? Must relate closely to your purpose. Use bullet points. So there it's more like your results. What did you find out about the child? It has to connect with what? It has to connect with your purpose. Why? What did you find out when it comes to her language growth? Does that make sense? What did you find out on her language growth and her interaction stuff? Then you have to put that number. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your results has to connect with your purpose. Does that make sense? Number 6, describe the process of sharing findings, feedback with parents, caregivers, or guardians. What does that tell you when you think about that?
That's kind of like from after going a bit, it's kind of like going back to the one before in some ways.
Okay, so you have to share them to the guardians or the caregivers, right? Yeah. I think you should write that down. Just write it in a simple word. You have based on what you understood. Like after you have to share your results with the guardians, caregivers, parents. Okay, number 7, what does he say?
How can the data be used to better serve and support the child? Would this be kind of the idea of how, from like what I saw, that's what it is?
Based on what you gathered, because afterwards you're gonna share the information with the parents, which is here, right? Okay, based on what you're gonna share, how will it be used to serve or support the child? Does that make sense? I'm just trying to connect things here. So you collected this data, you share it with parents. After sharing with parents, what will the parents do with the data that you shared with them to serve the child better or to support the child? Does that make sense? Maybe let's say in your observation, you find out maybe the child is still struggling in certain areas. Does that make sense? Then you collect that data. Then later you share it with the parents. Does that make sense? Do you want to add anything? What do you think?
So this is kind of like related to the one before, kind of like my finding.
Yeah, but that one is more like.
Would this be like a suggestion?
Yeah, it's like, okay, what can you do? Like after you sharing the information to the parents, the how the how will the parent use the information that you have to serve their child better or to support them? Like let's say, for example, you find out that the child maybe is having a hard time to interact, right? Then at the end of the day, you have to share that with the caregivers, guardians, or parents. Then the parents now, based on the information that you have found, they have to find a way to make a child be engaging with the peers, let's say, maybe taking the child maybe to the parks or a different game so that the child can interact with different people. You see how they use your information so that they can better the child and support the child? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So this mainly kind of the suggestions to better help the kid.
Okay, number 8, what does it say?
Show and describe the palette you share with two classmates and discuss how the sharing enriched your case study experience. What was the most useful?
Okay, what does that mean? Do you have to share with two?
So this is what it is. Supposed to write kind of like what happened during the whole process, like the
Like
beginning.
your experience.
In here, and then my classmates can give me feedback, like comment on the what I've written here, and then from what I see here, it can kind of help me with my paper or like with my presentation.
Oh, okay.
That kind of idea.
Okay.
But like since I haven't done their observation, I don't have anything here.
Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay, so that one makes sense to you. Okay, let's.
But like I'm not sure what I today. There's a class for the Wednesday one. I'll try to find two classmates or three to help.
Yeah, and make sure if you don't find anyone, you share it with your professor, Mandy. Don't stay quiet.
Yeah, for that part.
Yeah. Okay, let's go number 9, because we only have like a few minutes. Organization of presentation and overall communication.
And then it has to be 8 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
For the whole presentation.
So how do you plan to organize your presentation and overall communication? I think you should arrange it based on how this thing flows. Does that make sense? It will be really nice because you're just following what your professor says. Then yeah, keeping time age to that. Yeah. Don't put too many information. Just make sure just be brief and short. You don't have to put a lot of information. Don't over repeat yourself.
For this assignment, from even though we're doing a presentation, we're also typing out what this into a paper too. Yeah. It's gonna become a paper too. Okay. It'll be like more stuff to it.
Okay, you'll keep on adding more stuff to it.
Yeah. It's like it'll be a 10-page-ish with everything here. It'll be that long.
Oh, okay. Then you have to add more purpose, I guess, because you only have two purpose. Like you only have the interaction part and the language part. Maybe you want to look something else as well. I think maybe you should have 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah. 3 at least. 3. Did you ask like your professor like how many purpose you guys can do?
Most of my classmates like the week before they had done only language and social emotion. For their language, it was kind of like they're both the kids that they chose speak are bilingual. They speak Spanish and English, or like speak only one of those language. And then they was kind of see how they interact with their classmate that speak English. Or like, yeah, that kind of.
Maybe I think you should put the social and the emotion part as well. You have to study the child how maybe if something happens, somebody maybe says something bad, how they respond, like their emotion and stuff. I don't know. Do you want to do that? You have to pick something that you think. Actually, pick. No, this is not you. This is the child. Just pick stuff because you're the one who's going to study the child. I think yeah, the emotional part is really important. Like studying the child when something bad happens or he or she does something wrong. How do they respond to those kind of things? So I think the emotional part is really important because we're all human beings and human beings are emotional creatures. So I think you should put the emotional uh, part. I don't know. Do you want to add that to your purpose? I think it's really important because we're human beings. This is just my suggestion, but if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. I don't want to put stuff into you. You have to be willing to do it.
Yeah. Mm. It's like for most of my classmates, they're like the interaction part was the social emotion.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe you should put it as a sub bullet point or something. A sub something like below it.
Mm.
Okay. What's the other thing that you can study the child?
So-called like based on those little checklists and rating scale, it was so-called the physical and cognitive. Those are the other two.
Cognitive. What are you looking for in a cognitive part?
It, I'm not sure how would I do that for the kid.
Google and see what does Google say. We only have like
What are you looking for? Cognitive? Yeah. This is the cognitive.
mental skills. Things like what? Can think of objects, people, events without seeing them. Although less than before, okay, still think they are at the center of the world and have trouble seeing things for themselves. Talk to themselves out loud as a way to behave. I think that's pretty cute. Don't you want to do that? Like the cognitive, like I think it basically comes from the word consciousness, how you are aware of certain things around you. So I think it's something that you want to explore.
I
No?
think I would see this kind of idea there when I see the kid.
Mhm.
I think.
Maybe cognition, right? Cognition there, right? Add it there as one of the purpose. Okay, I'm gonna share this because I think this is something really important that you can do. I don't know, are those enough for you to go and study?
I think for now.
Yeah, for now, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I think before you going out into the field, go through Google, type language growth or language problems to a child. like language. You said she had a language issue.
Like she was
Do
true.
you know like what's the name of the child? The name of the language? Is it like a disorder?
Uh, I know she's able to talk, but like she'd be drooling. She's drooling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of like. And then she had therapy for it to like try to stop the drooling.
Okay.
I think she's already like already 1 year old, and then she's
Maybe you should try to search something like that on Google.
about the drooling and stuff.
Yeah, when a child speaks, but that's very personal. I would say just for the language part, just study it like physically when you go to see the child. But when it comes to interaction, go to Google. Like, what are the things that children exude meaning like they demonstrate when it comes to interaction? Have like a list of them. So as you go to what to study the child, if those things you see one of them, you like check. Does that make sense? But also to the other part as well, the cognition part. Like go online and search like what are the things that the child can demonstrate or showcase or show as part of a cognitive behavior and stuff like that. Just have a list so that when you go to the field, if you see anything that it's on the list and the child is demonstrating, just put check. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
I think. What do you think about that? I don't know. About having your own list, because that's going to make life much more easier for you. Because if you know this and if you have like a list of stuff, looking at the child, even if some of the stuff are not there, you can add it yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. So, uh, so tell me, what do you think about that?
Um, I think I can do that. Yeah.
Is there anything else you think you have conflict with? Or was it just this? We only have like 2 minutes. Do you think you're okay right now?
Yeah, I think I might be okay for now.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Be comfortable to tell me stuff, Mandy, about your class.
Yeah.
Just if you feel uncomfortable anywhere or you have conflict anywhere, just share it with me. I'm also a student. I also struggle in my classes sometimes. And if you're not gonna point it out, I'm not be able to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might be okay.
Do you think the checklist thing is a good idea or not? Like having your own list and just check, or do you just want to go to the field and just write stuff? Because I think if you have like a list of stuff, it will make it much more easier for you. Like to just tick stuff, even some of the stuff that are going to be on the paper. If the child does not demonstrate any of them, you can just add you can just add them to a sheet of paper or even a notebook that you're going to have aside. But having the checklist is going to it's going to like reduce the load, like you say.
Yeah, I know for the kids themselves next week they're having like a little parent conference thing. So the teachers themselves will be like having those little checklists for their development at the right age level. They would have those ideas.
Well, if you say you're okay, okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Any other questioning? I'm sorry.
I think I'm okay for now. I just really need to do the observation, then I can really kind of start.
We got everything. Okay. Well, best of luck. I wish you all the best in your observation. just have that paper with you so that you can remember what are the things that you're supposed to do and the things that we have discussed right now.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Mhm. You have good rest of your day.
Okay.